That's not true. She's lying. She coerced the boys into saying that. Well, the judge said, sir, your dad admitted to hitting them.
Most times when baby daddy and baby mama go at it, the people that suffer the most in the entire drama and the entire chaos that goes on are usually the kids in the situation. So this video is the part 3 video of the sister that was sharing a story of how her baby daddy kidnapped her son for 8 years without her seeing her son for 8 years, how she tried to get the son back, how she eventually got the son back. She did that in part 2. So go check out part 1, 2, so you can get full context of what we're talking about and what the story is. So she got full access to her child. She got her child back, and after she had her child back, this child started acting up. This child started like coming for the other children she has, which I find this conversation and even more that she wants to say really interesting, because now she's trying to look for therapy for our first son that our baby daddy took away from her for 8 years. Hey guys, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. So like I said, this is the part 3 video of the sister that was talking about how our baby daddy illegally kidnapped her son for 8 years. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, go check it out so you can join in the conversation. So now we're going to hear her say the remaining part of the story. This is the last part of the story, okay? So we're going to hear what she has to say, and then I'll come back and share more of my thought, okay? But I also want to know what you think about the entire story and what you think in all. But before we get into this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? We post video every single day, so you don't want to miss out on our videos, on the amazing conversation and story that we are sharing here on this channel. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? So with that all said, guys, let's go check it out, and then we'll come back and talk more.
So during the court case, you know, I bring up the abuse that they faced at the hands of the grandparents. Tyrone says, that's not true. She's lying. She coerced the boys into saying that. Well, the judge said, sir, your dad admitted to hitting them. Your dad admitted to hitting them a lot, actually. So going forward, there will be no corporal punishment. That was the first time I had ever even heard that word. So yes, I Googled it. But all in all, because she ruled no corporal punishment and he raised baby TY, obviously not by my choice, he was awarded summer times. So CPS comes to the door with like allegations. They don't find anything, so they close the case. But he ended up winning for summers. So he gets summertime now, and I have during the school year. No communication at all. It had been all that entire school year. He's not wanting to communicate with either one of them. Not the boys, like not the child that he raised, nothing. I did the best that I could with the cards that I was dealt. They fought, okay? They fought. That's what happened. While I was cooking dinner, they fought. Like I said, I don't know any parent, any real parent that's able to keep their eye on their kid 24/7. Now, this is right before summertime when he's about to leave to go with his dad. So now he got a mark on his face. Titan has the same mark on his face. I think they had a mark on their neck from scratching each other. And then the big old bite mark on their chest. Like, they both had identical marks. We meet up at the police station. I instantly tell the father where the marks came from. So I had recorded the entire thing from beginning to end. He walks off with, before he leaves with our oldest son, he walks off with our youngest son and tells him, you'll see your mom for what she really is. I've always wanted you. Don't let her tell you any different. You'll find out what's really going on when you get older. My son comes back crying, and I'm like, what did you say to him? And he's like, nothing. I'm just having father-son talk. So I say in front of my son, I said, well, why you don't take him for the summer too? Why you don't want him for the summer too? He's like, you know I can't. You know I can't. I said, oh, okay. Because I don't know what he told my son, but don't ever. I just assumed that it had to have been some type of excuse that he made up as to why he's not treating them equal. So we leave. I get a call from the police station the next day that a report has been made against me for child, but that the report is being closed because they spoke to the child. So when we left the police station, Tyrone stayed back at the police station and made a report for the bite marks and the scratch on his neck and the other scratch that was on the side of his face. He went and made a report, but made it as if I was the perpetrator. But the police officers spoke to baby TY by himself, and that's when he said, no, the marks came from my brother. So next thing I know, CPS shows up at their school. I didn't know CPS went to their school first. I didn't find that out until they came to the house. So while I'm working from home with my youngest baby, Lala at the time, CPS is at the school talking to my other kids. So she comes to my house and she's like, you know, can I come in? I tell my job, like, hey, you know, I'm dealing with this BS again. So that's when she explains to me that the report is against me for child and that I leave my children at home by themselves 3 days at a time. He told the worker that I leave them at home for 3 days at a time and make our oldest son watch his siblings and make him take them to school and make him cook for them. It's not funny. Make him cook for them and while I'm just out living my best life 3 days a week. I told that lady, well, I live a good life in his head, because what the hell? I'm kid-free 3 days a week. It's not funny, y'all, but it was really nuts. Anyways, let me get all this. So basically, she tells me that I need to get all the proof. So I tell the worker it's not possible for me to leave them at home 3 days at a time because I work Tuesday through Saturday. And I'm always the face that the school sees in the morning, and I'm also the face that they see when I pick them up from school. So I'm letting the school know what happened, so they email in a statement. The last day of school for Outley was May 26, 2022. I included the boys' school attendance records, which show the first day of summer school as well, and the last day of summer school, which is 6/30/22. He got him right after summer school. Also, my job emailed in a copy of my VPN and my sign-in records showing that I'm at home Tuesday through Saturday during my work hours. They can't prove where I was after work, but they can prove where I was during the day. So that already debunks that they were home alone 3 days at a time. So then, like I said, I'm glad I'm an internet female, because we were feeding the homeless every Sunday. Every Sunday, we were feeding the homeless. So that's documented. Here goes more. When I ordered 90 meals from Jack in the Box, and they were sick about it. I felt terrible in that court having to prove that my son was coerced into lying. It's not possible. I took them to karate classes on Thursdays. I had to get the karate class statements. It was just so crazy, like how you would make your own son lie on his mom. Like, it's so much, y'all. So now we're going back to court. So we go back to court, and they pretty much tell both of us that any evidence against each other, we have to email it in. So I email mine in excited. So I get theirs, and he has witness statements from his Aunt Teresa. And her whole witness statement was a lie from the jump. So I was so excited to debunk that whole witness statement. First, she said I moved to San Francisco before I even turned 18. Ma'am, I was still on probation, being seen by my probation officer multiple times in a week, up until the day I turned 18. That's not possible. That's not possible for me to be in 2 places at one time. Second of all, she said, when I moved out there, under the age of 18, by the way, I got a place. How was I able to get a place under the age of 18? Don't you got to be 18 to get a place? Everything in his witness statement was a lie, because she was his only witness statement, and it was all lies. Like, you really sat there and lied. Like, I can't prove my age. I can't pull up doctor records. Oh, no. Then she said I gave birth. Then she said I gave birth in San Francisco. No, I didn't. I gave birth in San Diego, California at Kaiser. I grabbed all my proof. I'm so excited to just debunk everything. So I'm asking the courts, can my son come back home, you know, while all of this is going on, because school is about to start for him. Like, just until you guys finish your investigation. They're like, no, because the allegations are against you right now. I'm like, okay, well, CPS is about to close the case, so I don't understand. They give my son a lawyer. So they give my son a lawyer and let my son decide where he wants to stay. Well, all of a sudden, the grandparents and the dad are taking him everywhere. Like, he outside for real, but never before. They weren't allowed to do any of that before, because when they came to me, they were like, yeah, Mom, they didn't allow us to do anything. Like, we weren't allowed to have fun. So now all of a sudden they're trying to make his time so fun for him because he's a kid. So they're trying to manipulate him with a bunch of fun stuff so he can tell the lawyers that that's where he wants to stay. So all in all, since they were doing that, my son ultimately stated that he wants to stay with his dad because now he's having so much fun. During this court case, I was very sad, hysterical all the time. My kids are watching this. My other son, like I said, they're the same exact age. So my son ends up coming into the room and telling me, Mom, we really did not like him being here because he was abusing us. And we didn't want to tell you because you had been so sad that you haven't had baby TY. We didn't want to ruin that for you. So for my other son to basically express to me that he compressed everything that he was going through to save my feelings because I wanted my baby back so bad, that broke my heart. Because I feel like I was intentionally being blind because I wanted my baby so bad. And what my friends had to sit down and make me realize, as well as my counselors, because I did have to go to therapy, is that I didn't raise him. I had a fantasy in my head of what he was like and what I wanted him to be like and what I wanted our life to be like. And I just wanted my baby back so bad that I didn't realize everything else that was going on around me. Even though it was in my face, I was intentionally not seeing it because that's my baby. Like, that's still my baby. Lord have mercy. So ultimately, he's with his dad. I have summers. So this is just going to be the final video. Just pretty much like where life is at right now. Just a little update for you guys. I was in a very, very dark place. Like a place I'm embarrassed to talk about, but it's a part of my story. Like I said, I'm always tell like my faults and my mess ups. I was depressed, to say the least. I wasn't cleaning up. I wasn't cooking. I was doing the bare minimum as a mom, like pretty much just making sure I kept my kids alive. That's how dark of a place I fell into. And can you imagine how your house would look with multiple children in it and you're not cleaning it? It was bad, like embarrassing bad. I'm so thankful for my village. Even the girl that we're not even friends anymore. Like I'm thankful for her too, because you know, they all pitched in and they all did their parts for me, and they all picked me up while I was down. And they all helped me clean up my home and get it back to where I had it before. You know, they were really there for me. And I'm really appreciative for them, because I don't know where I would be at if I did not have those people that I had in my life at the time. You know, they all made me realize, like, Jazz, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So, you know, even wasn't making me feel safe. The cameras in my home weren't making me feel safe. It was like nothing was making me feel safe. So when I decided to take my life back and not allow him to control my life anymore, the car that I had, although it was like my first car, I had to get rid of it because it had so much negativity attached to it. That's the car that they crashed into. So I sold that car and I went and I bought a new car. I wanted to move, so I started the home buying process again after buying a new car. See, no one ever taught me about financial literacy. No one ever taught me about like credit or anything like that. So I'm learning as I go. Well, when the mortgage company got back to me, they stated that because I had just bought a new car, that my debt to income was too high. I tried to take the car back. Obviously, you can't do that. I didn't know that, though. So I decided that me and my children are going to move into a one-bedroom and just thug it out in the one-bedroom for about a year so I can pay my car off fast and move us into a home that they deserve. They deserve sunshine and rainbows at the end of a thunderstorm. They've been through so much. So I want to give them the home that they deserve. So I said, all right, you guys, we're going to thug it out in a one-bedroom, because what I make is taken up by my bills. I don't get government assistance, none of it. No food stamps, none of that. I wasn't getting any of it because I, quote unquote, make too much. Being middle class as a single mother is not a good thing. Being in the lower class is a good thing, because that's when you get the Section 8 and all the government assistance and all that. Like, I would literally use up all my money on food and bills, and I would literally have maybe 40 to 60 bucks to my name at the end of the month. And then, you know, I don't want my kids to suffer, so I would use that $40 to $60 to make sure that they went off and had fun. Well, while I was doing that, I got denied for the one bedroom because, remember I told you guys we left that apartment within 24 hours? Well, that's now on my credit. So I got denied for the one bedroom. My mom ends up calling me and stating that she was planning on renting out the back room without even knowing that I had been looking for a one bedroom. So I was like, wow. It seemed like this whole situation was still affecting my life. So I do hope that you guys continue to support me. Going forward, my content is going to be how we live with all these children in this one room, what my day-to-day life is like, what motherhood is like. I do a lot of mom satire, y'all. I have to make myself laugh from my trauma, so I do that. But I really hope that you guys support me, because that'll definitely assist me with being able to pay my car off a lot faster so I can get my children this home that they deserve. I just want them to have a big backyard, their own rooms. I want them to have it all. And I'm going to bust my butt to get it. Thank you guys for coming through. It actually felt really good to get that off my chest, because I had been holding that in a long time. A lot of people, they knew like majority of the story, but you know, they didn't know everything. So it honestly felt really good to be able to finally get that off my chest, because I know a lot of people had different versions of the story, especially based on who you talk to. Okay. So yeah, my children, thank you guys. And yeah, we hope you guys stick around and stay tuned for this rainbow that we are going to get. We're going to speak that into existence, that we are going to get at the end of the thunderstorm, because they've really been through a lot. But we got this.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about the entire story as a whole, and where she's at now, and our goals on what she wants to achieve for the children and all that. I want to know your own thoughts on this. But please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way, okay? So for me, I'm really happy because that was also one of my prayers. I like, I hope that she's okay, and I hope she and the kids will be okay and all that. So I'm happy that she's with her mom. I don't know if she has a good relationship with her mom, but I'm happy that she's with her mom. But clearly, we, like I said in the part two, the children are the ones that get hurt the most in all this. And no shade to this creator. You guys, let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to share a handle. Not so that you guys, not so that anybody can go there and go harass. I know you guys are amazing. You guys don't push out the negative energy out there. But yeah, if you guys want me to share handles down in the description box, please let me know in the comment section. I will. So probably you guys go and go support her and all that. But I'm kind of like, I don't, like, you guys know, one of the reasons I don't share anybody's handle is because I talk about different issues that are very controversial, that some people agree and disagree. And I've had a situation where a particular creator, a lot of hate was sent to her, and my video was taken down for sending hate to her. And that was one of the reasons I don't do anything like that or share people's handle. I know some of you guys answered, that's one of the reasons I don't do it. So if you guys want me to share hers, please let me know down in the comment section. I'll look the ratio of people that want it, and the way the comment section go will determine if I'm going to share it, because yeah. Anyway, guys, I'd love to know your own take. But clearly, I'm happy that she's in a better place, and I hope she does well, and I hope she's able to give these babies everything they desire and all that. I also feel like this should be a teaching moment for a lot of women, and this is why I am on this campaign and movement of women be very intentional with her life. Yes, the kids are here, and yeah, we have to deal with it and all that. But this, I feel like a lot of things could have been avoided. The type of and the energy and time and resource and headache that goes into chasing custody, man, my child here, my this here, you can easily avoid that when you put yourself first, take care of yourself, and do things for you, and probably even don't have kids. Like I always say here on this channel, the person you choose to have kids with is going to change the dynamic of how your life turns out. A lot of people, I'm not saying that, oh, don't have kids and all that, because some people are like, oh, that's not, you're in a husband's house, you're married, and yet you're telling people not to have a man and all that. I'm not saying not to be in a relationship. What I'm saying is that be in a healthy relationship. And I'm not saying not to have kids, but I'm saying like have kids for the right reason, the right environment. Make sure that you're ready mentally, physically, and spiritually, and you're picking the right person to have kids with. Because if you don't, it's just going to be a roller coaster of emotion. The time and energy you put into that, like even just listening to the sister's story, it was already very exhausting. Then come imagine how she is the one actually living it, and she's literally even cutting it and telling us bits and pieces of it. Imagine how reality, how stressful, how draining it is just because you choose to have kids with. So ladies, please, this is one of the reasons I share content like this, so that we are very intentional how we move, how we navigate, and who we choose to spend our time, our money, our heart, who we choose to give our emotions to. Be careful, like it's not worth it, because sometimes some people just feel like, I know a friend that just said, oh, I just want to have a child, I just want to have a child. It's not just about having a child, or oh, the person is okay. It takes a whole component that comes into it, because there's some crazy people out there. There are some crazy people out there that are just going to make your life miserable, and they're going to use these kids as the pawn to get to you. Theirs is like, you know what, they're not even going to, they don't want to even see you happy. So they're going to try to frustrate everything you've got. And these things, the kids are looking and they're seeing it, and it's also going to affect their lives. Anyway, guys, that's my thought on this. Please go down in the comment section. I love to know your thoughts. You guys know I love reading from you guys. So feel free, go ahead and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We are banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl, yeah? With that said, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces!